Hello, 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 hello. And I've just realised I hadn't set up the overhead camera, so hey, let's see what I'm actually doing. That's better. Right. Hello, everybody. Greetings and salutations to those that are here, and welcomes to those that eventually turn up and join in and participate in this evening's I would say shenanigans, but it's normally quite a chilled hangout, and that's what we like here, chilled hanging out and stuff like that, really. So yeah, how is everybody? I hope you've all had a splendid week since last we spoke on the hangout. Obviously, if I saw you on Wednesday, hello again and welcome again. But yes, poorly organised, I know, it's terrible, but that's how I roll at times. So yeah, some of you may have noticed this little fella over the last few days I've been working towards doing, and obviously I have sort of got on there, and today's going to be mostly sort of trying to finish off details, do a lot more. I was quickly rushing through trying to do some washing because I'd forgotten to actually do the superstructure on there. Hey, Sofa Spennant! Greetings, sir. Welcome. Hope you're alright, dude. How's your Titan exploits going? Hobby fuel, as we always know, we need. But yeah, as I was saying, I was trying to crack through doing the washing of the superstructure because there's nothing worse than sitting around waiting for wash to dry, so I thought I'd get an early start on it and get that cracking. I did have an accident as well, which just over there, my diluted Agrax spill. It was my fault. I knocked it over. Bad Lily. I'm sorry. But yes, the arms are just drying. I got onto them first. So the Mr. Grabby went with the drill bit in this one. Still fairly manoeuvrable. I haven't locked anything into place as of yet. And the chain blade with the hooky bit. I never glued this bit in. Sorry, I never glued this bit in because you can take it off and you can slide it up and down the actual thing, which I think is kind of cool. So obviously slide it back if you're going to be stabbing into something using the tip of the chain blade on here, or obviously extend it out if you want to sort of grab on top of somebody's armour and just pull them down. One thing I was going to be asking with once we get a few more of the regulars popping in tonight is the base. I haven't actually done, well, I've prepped the base, it's ready for washing. As you can see, it's just a mismatch of random, like, Warhound Grieve there. See, the main parts being that, but once you put the foot on top, you can't see those bits anyway. I just filled it out with other random bits. I don't even know what these bits are from. I just found them in a bits box. You get random bits when you're doing kit bashes and stuff. Yeah, that happened. So I just plugged it all together, sprayed it all grey, went over with Mechanica Standard, and then dry brushed it with Tyrant Skull. But what I was going to ask, thank you, Maurice. Welcome to the hobby hangout. I hope you're hobbying, or if you're just dropping in to say hi, it's most welcome. I've been thinking what Legio to do. Now, there's a few because this has really had to be a loyalist one that this Krytos engine is standing on, because it'd be rude not to, really. I have done one Titan where it's actually standing on a traitor Legio, just for giggles. But yeah, I've been trying to think of what to do now. There's 4 Legios I won't do, and that's the 4 loyalist Legios that I've already painted for my own things, because that's bad juju in my opinion. Cleaning Warmaster Toad. Oh, as I say, yeah, Warmaster Toad. I was doing a lot of touch up of them earlier on as well. Just going over all the trim. You would have thought I would have learned by now with that, but yeah, just getting all the trim painted up as well, because again, you don't want to be watching me painting trim, because that's not exactly exciting now, is it? I know that I wouldn't enjoy watching trimming and stuff, but yes. What was I doing? I was doing something there. Yeah. So that's the plan anyway, to work our way through this chap tonight. There's so much more to do with it. Obviously, I've blocked in all the colours on there. With the Spill Agrax incident, there has caused some stainage on places I didn't particularly want to be stained. But I've see, this one here has been bothering me. Now, obviously, you've got the stain on there, but on my other Warmaster, these central panels I did with red, and I've been thinking of doing the same with this one, just having that all red on there, because there is quite a lot of obviously green and white, but I think it would just be a bit more interesting to have that, if you know what I mean. Felix, dude, welcome once again. And again, you're bang on time. Obviously, you're not working, or you're working locally. But yes, so that's something again for you guys and girls in the chat. We can discuss with that at some point, as well as what we're going to do with that bloody thing. I'm fine, thanks. Nothing much happening for me hobby-wise right now. Still working on an area that's all since I lost my hobby room to the team. Oh, major downsizing involved. Warmaster looking great. Thank you, dude. Much appreciated, as always. Did you have other big Titans you was working on? Because you've been working on your sort of last thing I remember was I'm probably getting confused. I remember you was working on a Warhound, but that was obviously probably earlier last year. But yes, so when you have to rearrange stuff and get shifted around and trying to get organised again after all the sort of upheaval and everything, it is a little bit sort of not annoying, but it's frustrating, isn't it? Really, because you want to be settled so you can get back to doing your hobby, but you can't always do that. So I've had a little bit where, obviously, where I posted up the picture of the TARDIS painting section. So yeah, it's still a work in progress. I need to really have a good few days clear and actually just sit down and actually just knock through it as best I can, really. Try and get organised as best you can, because it makes the hobby a whole lot easier when you have the ability to be organised and know where you can find things. Right. Yeah, so hello everyone who is popping in as well. So yeah, the things today, which obviously if you guys can help out, is going to be what loyalist Legio we're going to do this dude in. And as I said, it's not going to be Fire Wasps, it's not going to be Solaria, it's not going to be Cockatraces, and it's not going to be Fortis. No, that's Fortis. Dauntless, isn't it? The Dauntless. Fortidus. Sorry. Because I don't jinx myself. Not with my loyalists anyway. I think I may have done one with a traitor. I'm not sure, but who knows? There's been so many that I've painted. So obviously the Legios I have, as well as the base dead ones. But yes. So, right. Now, like before, as I said, this is the one I spilt over. This is a 50% water, 50% agrax. I use that on lighter colours because then it's not so dark and dirty and dismal, and so it flows easier as well to get down onto pads and stuff. But I'm using that just to top up where I've already gone over certain sections within here. I've made sure I've got all the paints I need in here, so I won't have to be running in and out again like I used to. Felix, I'm sure you'll be approving of that. But yeah, just getting in the odd parts there I may have missed with the old wash. I've brought in my bicarbonate as well to help glue that onto the base at some stage. It's weird because generally when I do agraxing, I've actually attached the Titan to the base, and I do the base and the Titan together, but I didn't. I went around a different course this time, trying to get this. I imagine I was just panicking at the time, really. It's like, oh, I've only got a few minutes to sort this out. Literally 20 minutes of running a wash brush over, and obviously knocking over the pot, and then I was just literally just lapping it up out of the actual puddle that I'd created. So yes. So I'll just get my contrast out because I always like to go over these hip plates with Nasdrag yellow. I just like I like them a bit different. Now, certain places on any Titan deserve to be sort of probably a little bit more washed than others. Sort of accumulation of the represented accumulation of like oil and dirt and general detritus of war. But then there's other places where you want to be extra careful. So as I said, I use the 50-50 mix on those extra careful areas. And it does give a nice discoloration. But that's the beauty of agrax, isn't it, really? It just does things the way you want them to be, really. Alright. So, yes. Oh. A storeroom. I have done a storeroom. Astroman. No. Not Astroman. I think they're the most amount of loyalist bases I've done is in Astroman. I think it was partly due to the disappointment of their Legio tree. I seriously considered doing Astroman, but because I got confused with how reading their Legio trait, it just made no sense, and it's just like I can't do all this, and just table flipped everything. No, I'm not gonna do them. They're bonkers. Yeah, we've got a few 28mm Titans, nothing finished. Ironically, as my workspace. Yeah, minis Titan. Yeah. Hey Rob, welcome again, dude. Nice to see you. How goes the night? Did you finish that up this week, or if you still working on the castigator at the moment. Sorry for late reply. For some reason, I was 6 minutes behind stream. Oh, that's fair enough. Yeah, sometimes I've got to check myself if I'm actually, because I have this on the phone as well. You're slightly ahead on the phone than you are on the actual YouTube setup I've got in front of me on the screen, which is bonkers. But yes, I hope you're all right, Rob, and you're enjoying your hobby again as per norm. Right, I'm still seriously debating on turning that pad red, because there's just, I do like it but that has just made me sort of rethink the whole thing. We're trying to tidy that up. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. And obviously with the decals, you've got white ones as well as red ones, not red ones, black ones, and the cartoony sort of heads that they have for the God Breakers. So the white ones would really stand out well on a red pad, and I'm talking myself into it slowly but surely, as he's looking hungrily for the Mephiston red. That's Evil Sons. Where's the Mephiston? Oh. Yeah. Oh bugger, yeah. 109. I think this might be 108. He says. It was 106 I took to the walk, and I've only done this. So I haven't done it. No, yeah. It's only the Warmasters I've been doing, because it was nights I was doing in between them as well. So yeah, so this is 108. 108th Titan. Oh, the Trappers is down. I'm now working on a Cerastus Lancer in a at ease pose with the lance casually slung over the. Nice. You, sir, are a genius. I salute you. Was the one I bought off Kirill for? Oh yeah. He just like had parts, wasn't it? Because he was like doing a conversion job or something. Can he remember? I know I was in the chat. Right. Pop quiz. Am I doing this? Yes or no? And we're going red, Mephiston red on the pad here. So you guys, is it a yes or a no? So it's either I've got to try and tidy this up with white, or just go over it in red. Remember, there's a lot of white and green on there. So let's see. You guys normally help me out, and you've pushed me the right direction on several occasions with these sort of things. I've just completed 2 pilots, sitting on the hull as well. Dude, well, it's like having a death stick or whatever they're called. No, death stick, was that Star Wars? They do have cigarettes in thingies in 30k, 40k. I've been falling behind lately, as I've been focused on getting some of my Blood Bowl teams and old Orc and Goblin minis done. Yep. And this week should be back to Titans. Do it. Go for red. Right, that's 2 of you. I'd vote orange, as it was a spot of colour. What? No, it's red. I'm not having that. No, you make me panic. No, it's red. No. Damn it. Check now. I haven't got my books. Oh no, actually, no, it's alright. I can do that because I took all the colours down. So accessing Titan leaders. Krytos boys, where are you? No. No, it's more. I can, yeah, it's red. It's red. It might go with a little bit of scarlet over it, just to orange it up a little bit. Yeah, there might be like a blood orange because obviously on Ignatum they have orange and it is orange. Yeah, because the red skulls. Because I tried using some off the Krytos sheet on Solaria engines for kill markings, and they were a different red. They were a slightly different colour, but yeah, I've used Mephiston before, so yeah. No, we're going red. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Rob. Low sticks, yeah, it's low sticks, yeah. Like I said, going over white is probably going to lift it up because normally when I do, I shouldn't have used this brush. It's always done that. That's why I normally use it for decals and washers. Look over the top, just make sure I haven't left any lids off the washes as I go over, and kick it over with a Warmaster Titan, as you do. Hey, Simon. Oh, no worries, dude. It's nice to see your name in lights. How you been keeping? You all right? So, how did your game go the other week? It was with was it Scott and Mike or something, wasn't it? Then at Wheeland. Oh, groovy. The location makes you nervous. Well, because I'm going over crosses. So I'm more likely to move that and knock it over that way than having it over here, so deliberately out the way. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. Game of Camp. Oh, dude. Well, that sucks. It's my brother Ian. He's had COVID over Christmas with my nephew Regan. Or was it Lewis? It's one of the two. Yeah, there seems a lot more people in my sort of family sort of area of things have been catching the COVID. So just got to keep on safe, people. Masking up and getting your injections as necessary and wearing masks and all that. Like, obviously, I've been wearing a mask all bloody day at work. So it's one of those things. It's part of our life now. Because until they can do something and get rid of the bloody thing, which is not going to happen anytime soon. Not with those types of viruses, anyway. You can't cure a cold. I'm holding the pot now, Rob. Don't worry. Easy to knock. That sucks. Yeah. I need to sort out my interview with Nick for the Titan podcast. Oh, right. Yeah. Was it Shadow in it? Oh. So I know we're like on the admin team as such, but I've never actually spoken to Nick. So yeah. Gosh. I'll start settling a little bit. So when have you been arranging when you're going to meet up online and chat, or that's still to be arranged? So that was when I got asked to do the Road to Terror or Full Stride interview. It was really weird because I was asked to do an interview with a God Engine cast. So I went, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm more than happy. I can talk for hours. And then the what's his face? Greg tapped me up and asked, "Oh, would you like to, do a chat?" And I said, "Yeah, no worries. Yeah, whatever. Let me know, and I'll be there." And I said, "All right." I'll mention that I was doing God Engine cast as well, and then it just went quiet for about a month or so, and then next minute I've got like they both come along at fairly quick intervals between them. So yeah, they're fun. It's just nice little chats with somebody, and they can just ask you questions, you just answer them. So you'll be fine. You'll do fine, my friend. I watched watched one of them the other month. It was Lauren's one where she got interviewed, and that. It was mostly because she name dropped me in there as the person that she would like to play against and defeat. That's her ambition, apparently. So she said. Well, how rude. Oh, nice, Si. Yeah. Get on it. It's a great experience. It's saying you get to sort of chat about your your passion for your Titans and stuff. So get on it, dude. Get some of that winter content out. The Winters and the Walters. This is the 50 mix. Get in. Right. Use the leg there to help support your weight. And yeah, it's a problem. Of course, he's 5 to 6 hours behind us over here in the States. Old Shadow, but I'm sure you'll figure it out at some point. Then get on with it and get your interview sorted. Let's get these out of the way. Once I get all my engines done, would love to set up a joint display with Lee. Could you imagine it? 200 plus tables on one board. And honestly, that big table that I was on, I reckon you could have. It would have been tight having another sort of 100 Titans on that. You'd have to literally just move into every bit of space possible, possibly forget about having the Knights on it, and just take up the idea. Because there was still, I'd say, at least a good sort of quarter or just over a quarter of the board that was unused, both ends, and obviously the dry riverbed. So yeah, that you probably could just about do it, I reckon. Obviously, take Iracunda's off because obviously, 28mm Titan has no place. There's no place of being on that table. You just had to do it though. Right. So we've gone red. I am now feeling a bit better on that side of things. What's that? There. A little bit more drying time for those bits. But I'm leaning towards like an on guard position with the blade. So like that. The way he starts, obviously you can't see the way he starts because I haven't put it onto the base, but that's what I've been thinking of mostly, where he's sort of walking towards. Actually, let's put him on the base, it'll be easier. Sod it. No, that's the wrong way. Right, launching camera, going mobile. Toffee troll. So that's pretty much what, like bringing it up, like that. Obviously, get back. Something like that. That's the idea. Obviously, still maneuverable and stuff, but that's what I'm thinking. Or it's just going to be a case of just going down again. And maybe like weapons out, as if he's going, come on then, let's have ya, I'll nut ya. So that's possible idea what we could do with that. Actually, I don't mind that, actually. It's like showing no fear. So we liking this one, yeah? Is that the consensus? Because it is actually growing on me now. Felix is on the on guard. I don't know, because I am liking. Yeah, I would say this arm is a bit, because of the position of it anyway. There's only so much you can do with that, and you can't really rotate. You can like go out and in, and see the magnet can allow you to bring it round, but there's only so much you can do on that side. Yes, we'll work on that. We will work. Let's take these off again because they're just going to get in the bloody way again. Eep, eep, eep. How many lights I've got on this bloody thing? Shiny. Yeah, come at me, bro. There you go. Ross, you hobbying tonight, Toffee? Hoping so, Simon. Probably not at Beachhead. There was a fair few people who cannot make it. Yeah, I think the main walk is. I know Beachhead. The event is a 2-day event, but are the Titans doing 2 days? Because I've not kept up to date. Useless. So I don't know what the thing is on that. Because my plan was going down on the Saturday. But I know there was talk about the arrangements and stuff the other day. I did mention to Dave Halfpenny, Lord Halfpenny, that I should be going down. That's my plan. That's my desire. What's your desire? Sitting here with a baby, trying to make her sleep, but after that I will hobby. There you go. Alright, cool. Well, good to see you again, dude. And do battle. Boop-a-doo-boo. Sometimes it's just a case of repeating the wash stage, just going around, just to make sure that you get the right amount of shadow on the bits in questions. Although on this bit, I think I did rush through on the gold, so I might have to do some touch up on that at some point. I'm just a little concerned of how I'm going to get everything there on the train, but some plan will come up. There's no one up near your way heading down that you could jump in with, dude. I know, obviously, like Matt and Lauren probably won't be able to because taking stuff down, so we wouldn't have the space for you. Chocolate time. Well, I think we just need to find out who exactly is going down, like Pete, maybe? But I don't know where Pete lives. But I'm sure you would have sorted something out anyway beforehand. You get Tesco's trolley. Stick all the boxes in that. Kind of hurt, dude. No, Toffee Troll, there's a event on the south coast in Bournemouth in February, sort of like a gaming expo type thing. And last year or the year before last? At some point, recent memory, we got invited down to attend as a sort of a demonstration. So having the Titans out, stomping around and a part of the actual place where it's held, and we've been asked back again. So it's basically like a precursor walk. So we'll be doing more of these types of events on top of the traditional Titan walk we normally have as well. So the Titan walk, the main Titan walk, which is like a 2-day event, is normally, well, has been up in Milton Keynes last couple of years. We are hopefully one day maybe get up to doing one up at Warhammer World at somewhere, whether or not it be in a gaming hall or they do actually have off-site facilities nearby that they might allow us to use. And then obviously, you know, just make a thing of it. People come in and have a walk around as we're playing. Because he does get a lot of interest. So if they actually done something like Warhammer Fest or the old Games Day, then yeah, I'm sure they would just like, oh, do you want to come down side room? Because you get some big sort of places in sort of like those arenas, just set up and have loads of Titans going off at each other. That would be awesome. Yeah, see, just keeping it simple, because if you go too detailed, like then it may look a little bit out of place, but just lightening it up with the Evil Sun Scarlet. So it gives you a nice little... It's what I normally do with the Legio Ozadax. So, because after that little incident I had with a chap who was having a go at me for painting them red. Because like, they look red, like the artwork, you know. Hey! It's the miniature apothecary! Hello, dude. Oh, and Mellow Shade, you sneaky little so-and-so. Yeah, cheers, dude. Yeah, I had a nice weekend, and it's lovely to see you both. Two of my favourite people. Yes, yeah, Apothecary, you're going to have to do Titans at some stage. Slowly but surely, we will succumb, and I shall enable you to go out and get yourself and build yourself some Titans, you know, so you can have something like that monstrous beastie. So you'll have a little bit of Gatling action. Yeah, so I've still got lots of touching up to go in and correcting some mistakes I made with spillages, as you can see. There was a slight accident. That's why I've painted this red as well, is that breaks up all the colours, but there was a bit of a seepage leak when there was an accident. I love you and leave you guys. Have a good night. Yeah, cheers, Simon. Hopefully see you again at some point in the future. Keep yourself safe and well, sir. Of course it looks awesome. Look, it has big grabby arm like that. What's not to love, dude? And then a big chopper. Look at that. Look at it. And it moves. See? You can put it up and you put it down. That's for you hooking the walls of the Imperial Palace and letting it not get out. Or if you want to stab, you just go with that with the old chainsaw. Love it. Hey, your one was actually really nice, mate, even though it was Mortis. You've done a great job with that, Lee. Most impressive. Oh. Yeah, I was actually watching Clone Wars again because I was having a conversation with a friend who was saying about... We were talking about the Book of Boba Fett, and some like comments about like, oh, you know, why would he suddenly start being nice and stuff like that. And because I haven't seen the Clone Wars, I know that apparently there is a Boba Fett section in there. So what happened after the Attack of the Clones up until whatever. So I thought, well, I'll start watching it because you know, having Disney Plus, you might as well. But yeah, he said he does get better. So I thought, okay, I'll give it another go. That's making me more and more envious that I don't live in the UK. Sorry, Felix. That's what we do over here. We just, you know, build Titans and go out and kick the crap out of each other because it's what we do. Currently painting a purple knight. Does that count? Now, when you say a purple knight, are we talking AT knight, or are we talking about like AOS type knight type thing? As long as you're painting, dude, that's what it matters. Painting and hanging out, that's always cool, dude. Regular Warhound and a corrupted Zenchian Warhound next. Right, that's a 4th edition fantasy monopause dwarves. Oh dear. Why are you going to Zenchian though? Because that doesn't seem very Mortis. But then again, obviously, Mortis, obviously, yeah. Mortis being Nurgle affiliated, mostly. But I'm sure there was probably some Zenchian Mortis, perhaps. 40k Knight, even better. Big respect. Go with the big boys. Unleashed it, awesome, dude. Where's my Corax white? Corax. You talk about sneaky beaky, Corix White's gone missing. Miniature Apothecary, if you don't know who Toffee Troll is, you might have seen him elsewhere as Eruz as well. But he likes to torment me with his orcified knight that he did, which, as a modelling project, is fucking awesome. But to my inner knight scion, he's like, why would you do it to such a beautiful machine? And he loves to torment me about it. Well, yeah. Come on. Correct, boy. Right. Yeah, well, why not then? Go for it. Was that like the old, like original, like 80s Zed stuff? That would be interesting. Yeah. I'm looking forward now to when you actually post pictures of it, Lee, because that's tweaked me a little bit. Has any of you who play AT tried any of the corrupted Titan rules as of yet? I built. I had a game against Martin Strickfast a few weeks back. Just that impromptu, let's meet up, have a little go. And I built up a Legio Demisium warlord, which was corrupted. And I made it the most survivable thing ever. And never got to use any of the powers. You know, I killed them. I mean, he never took any damage, never took any hits. He didn't get anywhere near to it to do any damage to it. So it's like I just spent like maybe 150 points on upgrades and never used them. Yeah, I can imagine your bits box being deep and variedly. With all your little hobby exploits and travels, you acquire quite a lot of bits and pieces. But yeah. I had to be careful because the old Apple mouse, I left it near to my painting area and then where I've been putting wash on, there's little specks of wash all over it. And I've got a photo on my phone photo message sent over to me, like going, excuse me. So yes, be careful of your areas. Get some of that out. To be fair, he made it from a Chaos Knight. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, well, Chaos Knight deserves it. We actually the very last Tyrannus Owners Club muster that we did, where we set the record for the most knights from a single set household at Warhammer World. One of the guys attending, certain Pete Reardon, who he's a lovable chap. He's a really good painter, but he's a bit of a scamp because he actually done a Chaos Knight painted in House Tyrannus colours and was infiltrating the muster. It was his plan. Yeah, he's on Instagram and Twitter as Rotate That Fish. Apothecary knows of him. But yeah, he's a cheeky, lovable chap. But it was like, oh my god, I can't believe you've done that. As creative as it was, because we were doing. I made a set of rules for doing jousts, so everyone could pick a night. There was no, you could be whatever night you wanted. The rules were the same. It was just basically you to participate and go and win honour in some jousts. So it was like best of 3, rolling dice, and whoever got the most points goes through. So it was a process of elimination, basically. But yeah, he entered that thing, and our overwhelming fear was that he would win it with his chaos corrupted Tyrannus Knight, and we would all be sad. But luckily, he died. He died, and we all cheered. But yeah, it was a really nice, model. Just like, no, you can't be doing that, Pete. Pete, no, Pete. Can't have you be winning now. So yeah, whoever won would be the designated as the house champion until the next muster, which obviously we haven't had another muster since because of COVID. So maybe one day we will do it again up at Warhammer World and have a new house champion. It was it actually came down to a 3-way battle between myself, Scott Charnick, who is a co-founder of the house, and I think it might have been Alistair. No, he's lost. I can't remember now. But yeah, anyway, Scott won, so he's the house champion. So that's all right. Hey, Livid Fish. Hello, dude. Welcome. Lovely to have you here. How's your Warmaster exploit? He's doing 4 Warmasters at once. And people say that I'm mad. That boy crazy. He gone cray-cray. It doesn't surprise you, did they? No, it does not, does it really? When you think, Pete, yeah, if there's anyone who's going to do something like that, it'd be that fish boy Pete. Rotating his fish left, right and centre. Oh, yes. So, for Mr. Livid Fish, this is my second Iconoclast. So, have you started on one class, or is it just Warmasters you're doing? Have to go. Take care of all and always. Thank you very much, Toffee Troll. You have a good time, buddy, and I'm sure I'll see you around and stuff. I'll probably see you on Wednesday if you're going to go on our Artist Empires chat on the Paint Over Wednesday. But take it easy, yeah? Don't forget to like before you go. Right. So yeah, so at the moment just tidying up where there's been bits spilt. Well, to say spill is actually speckles of Agrax when washing. But, oh, well, it's not coming out too bad. I did actually go over the white parts yesterday with I popped into Wayland Games after work to pick up some emergency supplies. I got off a Vallejo. What did I use? Yeah, I got white grey because they don't do a Corex white in air. Because I didn't fancy mixing it up. Me and mixing up is not the best of things to do. Cheers, Toffee Troll. You take it easy, dude. Yeah, so I put them together and thought, well, it's not too bad, really. Yeah, there is definitely a little bit more to it. So this is one of the newer ones because, again, I got this from Wayland the other week, and I snagged myself 3 pots because I realised I was down to like the last quarter of all my pots that I had, because I go through Agrax like nobody's business. But yeah, I bought 3 of them the other day. Well, it was before Christmas because I thought I'd better get some paints in before Christmas for painting stuff over Christmas. 2 of each at the moment. All right, cool. Yeah, it seems right. You know, I settled on doing the Iconoclast, 1 for Ignat and 1 for Krytos, because Krytos definitely, deserves to have an Iconoclast. It's right up their street. But I really did at one stage want to do a Warmaster for Ozzydax because of that artwork that came out, and I thought, oh, that would look really, really cool. But yeah, didn't happen. And I'm not gonna give all Legios Warmasters. That waylays madness. Well, obviously you can't give them to Audax, they don't have them. Well, yeah. Get this. Yeah, I was actually quite impressed with that, especially through the airbrush. Obviously, I did still use a little bit of thinner on it just to make it go a little bit easier. But I think my current airbrush, because I don't have a really good, decent airbrush, because I've never learned how to actually airbrush properly. Because I normally only use it for basing coat things and that, or if I'm doing stripes. So I'm not one of these super artists that can do amazing thing with airbrushes. So I just, as I say, I use it as it is a tool for helping get things covered. But yeah, it's I just get the cheaper sort of airbrush units and just take it easy. Oh, bugger. Just noticed that bit. Oh, Rolex wheel. Well, Audax obviously we've had mentions of size 5 Titans, and obviously there's been mentions of, like, you know, we know of the rapier that was mentioned in Titan Death, although that was a Titan that was made up by Guy, so that might just be a bit of a red herring as such. But then where they've put in scale 5 Titans, so on the chart that you have in the Traitor Legio book for doing corrupted stuff, so maybe we might get a scale 5. There's certainly been lots of Titans mentioned, and there's still lots of Titan classes that was in the original setup for AT. Like, the one that I really want to see is the Deathbringer. That is my favourite sort of class of Titan from the old style stuff, because there was a picture on where they've done all the little dioramas for the books and stuff, and you had 3 Mortis warlords against a lone Ignatum Deathbringer, and the Deathbringer was probably the most heavily armed Titan. You know, it had it definitely had the plasma cannon thing on its shoulders, and the ones that he was up against were Mortis ones, but they had like auto cannons, so they were like quite lightly armed. So where you're matching up something that's got, like, you know, a god-killing capability of the Deathbringer against 3 warlords, but with like lighter caliber weapons, then, you know, you do think, well, actually, that's a fight you would like to actually see actually happen. You know, this, although they're the same sort of chassis, but they're not producing the same sort of, you know, penetrative damage. Whereas the Deathbringer was like, I've got all the big guns that will just melt your face. That would have been an interesting battle. I like gloss washes. It really brings out the shine of metallic surfaces. Yeah, all that's well, absolutely, but not on trousers and beards. Hey, are you saying you've got yourself a beard now, Mellow Shade? You didn't have a beard when I saw you at Salute. It was your normal, well-groomed self. Right. Yeah, for those in chat, Mellow Shade's a friend. I've known for over a decade, I think now, actually. Met him through at Games Workshop locally, and whenever I go to Salute, he's generally working, and I'll go and hang out with him for a little while and catch up and see what he's up to before schmoozing off to see other people. Basically, I know where to find him. Yeah, well, it was just because of the beard comment. Sorry, I thought you just like, what? Have you suddenly gone? I said you're a well-groomed man. And obviously, if I ever did meet up with you and you had like a goatee or some sort of beard, I would then know that you were from the evil timeline. Let's get that on there. Looking nice, looking nice, looking nice. Dwarves. Dwarves have wet beards, especially when they're down in buckets of ale. Always a nice breaking the day for though April salute. Oh no, that's a bummer. Ooh. Now I got the hiccups. Oh, that's oh yeah, poop. South Park rules. Beardedly is the good timeline. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'll accept that. So hold on a second. No, that makes me that I'm the evil one. What? No? Oh, I don't know. I'm not evil. Yeah, so I've caught up to date with my viewing of The Expanse, Boba Fett as well. Yeah, I was to say, it's quite hard when you know, like, The Expanse has just got one more episode to go. So sad. That's the thing. I know, like with Salute, obviously the last one, it was nice being there with not so many people, but at the end of the day, they've got to earn the entrance fees to keep these sort of things going. So, and if they don't want to hire it and then cancel it again like last year. Can you have a closer shot of the base you made? Yes, yes. So, yeah, I've just basically spare parts, crammed them all together, ready the bits box. I think that's from a Storm Talon. That's where you plug the weapon in the twin weapon mount for the twin assault cannon underneath. And then some other random bits, obviously Warhound carapace, Warhound greaves, which have been cut down. These two bits were, I think there must be a hand from a Contemptor or something. I don't know. There's just so much crap. So I just put them all to fill that out. And then obviously some cables from weapons and stuff. So yeah, obviously cut that down a little bit. Well, you just need to sort of stick them in there and pad them out. So once that's in position, you're not really going to see most of the stuff. So it's just there, so it's got some support underneath, and obviously just fill it out because you don't want just like an empty hole there, do you? So it works. It'll work. Still, we haven't decided what loyalist Legio we're going to do that yet. So I'm taking suggestions from the chat. Though bear in mind, before you start typing, it's not going to be Ignatum, it's not going to be Ozydax, it's not going to be Solaria, and it's not going to be Fortidus. So it's got to be a Loyalist Legio and not Astroman, because I've already got lots of Astroman, and Felix would get very upset if I do a third one. Yes. Don't like upsetting people too much. He gets really upset every time I see a picture. He sees a picture of my Audax with the Astroman on the. He looks so good though, Felix. But yeah, he does get a little bit upset. Right in the feels. Bless him. Hey, Edwin, dude, welcome. Nice to see you. Salute to you, sir. Yes. You see, we're painting the Warmaster as it says on the thing. A Taurus. I have done an Ataris. But yeah, they are fairly straightforward to do, really, aren't they? That's a possibility. I'll put that just there. That's a possibility. That is a possibility. I don't have a Taurus, and I have no inclination to do a Taurus. So, not that I can see myself doing any more Legios. It's a bit watered down, actually. Not happy with this. It's more like a wink, an ink. Not good. Invicta. Well, there's no contrast. Possible. There's a possible, Felix. That is a possible. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if I've got. No. Damn it. Also had runs in with Gryphonicus. That's a thought. I don't think I've done no, I have done one Gryphonicus. Yeah, because it was the grey I mottled. Mottled that grey. There was a stage where I was actually considering doing Gryphonicus as a Legio because of the whole being on the wall kind of scenario. Defending the Imperium during that whole heresy shenanigan thing. What happened? You know, that thing. Defense of the Imperial Palace. So they've been mentioned in the siege books because they've been doing a lot of the defence because they were holding Ignatum in reserve for some reason. And there. I'm saying in Titan walks and battles, every time I've walked alongside Chronicus, we've been victorious, which is never a bad thing. It's a good little thing to have. But I did sort of get the old poster boy sort of stuff, didn't they? Especially when Codex Titanicus came out, they were very, you know, oh yeah, we're the Mentats. We're the good guys. Oh wow. Battle of Talon, yeah. This could be a nice little I wonder if that's going to be a book or something. It's whether or not they're going to do more Titan and Night Houses, Titan Legios and Night Houses or not. They're quite. They've got a nice mix, and obviously with the creation rules, that's quite nice to have. So the Loyalist Legio books are actually quite good as well. Well, and the Traitor one as well, to be fair. So gives you a nice selection of colour plates to work with when painting your Titans. Good bit of inspiration, I find. I love looking at those pictures and just going, I like the look of that. Right. So yeah, it's like where you're thinking about sort of the next books, like campaign books for AT, where they're going to go from now, sort of thing. Because most people already start saying, "Oh, we want like the Battle of Terror, get that going, and seeing what's what with that." But you've got Mars. There was the death of innocence that happened there. There was lots of Titan fighting going off during that little situation. Talon, yeah, with that one as well. Paramar, because there was a couple of battles of Paramar. Yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see. We're all going to have to be good little princeps and keep our powder dry. Keep our plasmas ticking over until they bring up something else for us to gobble up. But yeah, having more Titans will be fun. Because it's just basically we've got the main lines there anyway, so just adding, because that was always the plan, was to have more Titans. Get these on. Just humming Banana Rama. On there. Yeah, pretty much. I say that like back, was it 2020 when they had I had an idea that I wanted to do a Black Shields Legio, and I started work on my scheme, and as I was taking the kids for a walk, and I'd just checked old Facebook, and I noticed that there'd been a post on Forge World, and I saw the Legio Ozzydax Gelleroo, the Warlord artwork in like their Community Titan related thing, and I just thought, oh no, that's really cool, because I was going for sort of a blue and sort of bone colour scheme with my Legio Iconiclast, Thunderwalkers, which was going to be my Black Shields. And I saw that and I thought, no, this is so much better. It did, I'd admit, it did sort of remind me a little bit of World Eaters. So I just thought, I'm having that, and I did, and I really like how they turned out. But they do look rather cool. And that's how time lichers are born. I think it's safe to say that Titanic was a complete success for GW. Yeah, I remember I was talking with Andy Hoare before the release, and they were saying that they hadn't sort of got made that many of the GM kits because there was a fear it wasn't going to sell. And I just looked at him and went, "You what?" I was like, I know multiple people who have quite openly said they're buying at least two of the GW sets. But yeah, they done well. They sold, and then they got reissued, and the rest, they say, is history. I think, like, obviously, Blood Bowl's probably still quite the more popular, perhaps, for like volumes of players, and obviously Necromunda has got a really good sort of setup going on there with its support and the sort of all the updates that they get quite regularly as well. So when you've got that support behind them, it does make things a lot easier. Get players still playing and stuff. And Blood Bowl, we also use team at a time. You know, it's not as big model count, and yeah, you could just be happy with just one team really. So I'm not planning on getting multiple teams. Like I know I've been working on those orcs, but I'm not getting more than that. I'm keeping it simple. Keeping it safe. No extravagance. Not going bonkers. I did that with Titans. I got 3, I think. Titanic is probably the most successful relaunch now. It'd be hard pressed not to say that, really. Like, you know, for sheer amount of sort of models and hobbyists out there, you know, like AT18's got like 8,500 members. That's quite a chunk of people. Yeah, there might be a small percentage of people that have, you know, maybe like 1 or 2 Titans or something. But it's a grower, isn't it? Really, you invest, and you can get yourself some more Titans as and when. But yeah, I don't think they was ready for it really. It seems weird because obviously you normally have like, you know, all this like research and like, oh, would you be buying these? Would you be doing these? And but yeah, it's done remarkably well. But yeah, it's just as long as they keep on top of things, and you know, obviously, like with any good corporate adventure, they'll milk it as much as possible. Starting with a GM set. Necromunda, sure, it's been a bumpy ride. Used to have a Skaven Blood Bowl team. I think I've still got some with the Oven Gloves. Hope they relaunch Gothic at some point. Yeah, I say lots of people would like to see Gothic again, or Space Fleet. Yeah, obviously redoing the ships. But do they go big? Obviously, they won't go as big as like Titans. But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting because, as I say, they're slowly working through all the properties, really, aren't they? Yeah, Aeronautica Imperialis, Titanicus, and now you've got 2 parts that could be used in like epic type situation. I don't see Elder and Orcs coming around anytime soon, though. Because that's the thing with 40k versus like Heresy. You've got so much more sort of rules to deal with, and having Marines versus Marines, or Mechanicum or Solo Auxiliary, less rule sets, without any sort of too much game-breaking rule systems and stuff, or magic ponies and stuff. So I would say we'd probably get Epic at some stage, and then probably Battlefleet Gothic, because then that ties in everything, really, doesn't it? For having grand campaigns across space. I always want to do like one of those like games where you've got your space fleet thing going on. So like the first mission for a campaign is that you're doing Gothic. Got to get your ships, break the lines or whatever, and that has an effect on your forces, what sort of mission types you have, etc. Then when you get down, you get onto the ground, you've got your Epic. So what you could also do is like little side missions, like incorporate Epic and sort of Heresy. So if you're doing your like the Gothic section, the Battlefleet section, and say for instance you get into a situation where you've crippled a ship and you can board it or something, and then you do Zone Mortalis. You do a Zone Mortalis mission to see if you actually capture the ship or destroy it. It's probably a bit much, to break the game, because like you'd have to actually stop playing the Battlefleet one, because you'd have to resolve the Zone Mortalis boarding action. So yeah, probably has to be a longer, like a really big weekend of gaming. I'm all for it myself. I'd love to do something like that. Zone Mortalis especially, that is such a good fun game to play as well. Everyone boarding the ship. Come on! Head to engineering. Head to the bridge. Fighting it out. Capturing the vessel. We used to do then Battlefleet ships could break through and drop troops on the surface for Epic, and other table then 40k games could pick out smaller battles. Yes. I have a friend here in Malmo who's planning a majestic multi-game campaign, essentially Titanic's Aeronautica Space Hulk and BFG. Hey MZ, hello! Welcome. Took 3 days, but we never finished. It was as fun as hell. So that's the thing. That's what gaming is all about. Those sort of campaigns, and you would be speaking about them for donkey's years. You know, I still get chatted to about an old roleplay game that I ran in the mid-90s, where I was running a Aliens West End Games game, and I had a huge group of players, and I was controlling between the like first squad, second squad. So second squad was in another room, and we was communicating through walkie-talkies. And people still talk about it. Oh, you know that game we had walkie-talkies? Yeah, I was there. So yeah, it was, that was quite good. But yeah, it's things like that that stick in your mind, and you think, oh yeah, that's what it's all about. That's playing those sort of games, and enjoying yourself, having a laugh, and blowing up shit. Oh, where was I? I was there. So yeah, doing like a big all-inclusive game like that, where you're sort of dropping off troops, trying to get them onto the surface whilst engaging in ship-to-ship warfare in orbit of a planet, and then just breaking it down further from there. Obviously, the more successful you are holding space has an effect on how the guys on the ground deal with things. Yeah, that was 1995, and I still remember it was like happened last week. Yeah, no, exactly. It's what dreams are made of. Ross. So, almost done. Almost done all the white again. And then he realises he's missed out a bit of gold. So I'm going to have to go over that in a bit. Easily done though. So what are you up to, MZ? You just chilling out and enjoying your Saturday evenings? Arse. 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 Oh. Right. So we have on there again. Right, hold on. Where's my photos? Pommy. Sound like a villager from Minecraft. Yeah, just chilling. Awesome. Ooh, could do Presagius. Haven't done Presagius. So I don't want to do a Restorum, so that's out the window. Because you wouldn't really get anything from from the stuff that we're trying to do. Sorry, pardon me. Terribly sorry. So Presagius. I'm thinking Presagius. I'm definitely thinking Presagius. Did I tell you guys Presagius? Again, but the bloody gold trim. Paint trim. I don't want to paint trim. I've done my time painting trim. Why did you all have gold trim? It's rude of you. What do you think? Invicta. I thought I'd just pop in by and say hello. Hello! My kids won't stop playing Village and remixes. I want to know what love is at 500 miles. Oh god, that is so painful. No, I can't. No, I can't even try and replicate. I want to know what love is in Villager. No, definitely not. Right, I might actually do Invicta just to be different, because I think they have silver trim. He says, because they have done artwork for Legio Invicta. Although that does look a little bit green, a little bit gold. Damn it. Oh, I've just seen the Legio Invicta Warhound that I painted for my friend. Memories. Whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to have to paint bloody gold trim. So, god damn it. That's a black shield it. Alright, experimental time, people. We're going in. Because I've never used gold for buck before. It looks like an interesting colour. Well, there you go. Gold for back and Volupus pink, practically the same. I don't like it. A thousand curses on you, Yui. Damn it. Really bugging me now. Well, I'm just going to make up some crap. That's what we've resorted to, making up Titan Legios. That's even bugging me now. Oh. Damn it. Going on a different path now. You go watch The Hobbit, dude. You'll be finished about 1 AM. Enjoy. And thank you for dropping in. Yeah, it's pretty of a quiet one today, really. I've been doing lots of talking at work. It's a problem when you're working on your own. Boss is prerogative, though. If you want to go away for the weekend, you can go away for the weekend. Put that on there. Making this up as we go along. Totally making this up. No. I was in the office 3 days this week. My longest since pandemic. Bloody hell. I kind of miss being off. Is that lazy of me? But yeah, it's such a weird situation to have been in. It's amazing how, like, not even last year. Last year was like, obviously, it's a fair amount of time off. But obviously the year before there was more time off. And you just sort of get used to not working. Wild Hunt is still such a great game. So I haven't fully finished it. One day. I've just seen your print, your knight sitting on top of the thingy. Hmm. Legio Krytos colours. I was covering 2 of my staff. I let them have the week off. One is still in Italy visiting his family for Christmas. The other one is covered for us over Christmas and is getting his rest. Fair. Me and a mate from work are both restarting it, and we're keeping a definite. But are you going to go for all the cards for Gwent? I think I'll enjoy playing a bit of Gwent. The imaginary hood. And I say with Witcher 3, Rob, the Blood and Wine DLC is actually really, really cool. But you've got your model. You've got it close to hand. It's like right there, right next to you, dude. Yeah, it's a very relaxed evening tonight. So we've got some of my regular compadres all in here. So Rob, Mellowshade, MZ, Edvin was here earlier. He's disappeared. Felix is, I think, is Felix still about? Trot Eruz was here, but he left. Or Toffee Troll, whatever name he's using. He left earlier. But yeah, Sophus was here first, and yeah, it's just been very relaxed, dude. It's like 2 feet away. Like mine's like 6 inches away. You can see the feet. Look there. Instead of building empire, you should be building titans to reinforce your empire. The god engines are the ones that will claim you the territory. And then it's back to the stronghold. The strawberry daiquiri and shrimp. That's what I would do. Shrimp it up, baby. Yep. Yes. Nope. Ow! Bugger. Cut myself. Rob is a badass. Refueling at 30,000 feet. And going back in to terrorize. So, are you up to anything much today, Scott? Are you doing any paint overs or projects you're working on? Are you just chilling? And what's the temperature like over there? Is it still cold? Yeah, doing well, just way busier than I thought I would be. But the alternative is not being busy, so I won't complain. Yeah. You always seem to find yourself things to do, don't you? Like, I swear I saw you back on the old Twitter thing, hosting people conversing with the masses. It's like a artist empire rally. That's what it is. That's what you're doing. You're doing rallies to get more followers into your cult of personality. Follow the artist empire way. We had a miniature apothecary dropped in earlier on as well. It was nice to see him. I just got done working on the commercial stuff for Older Job. And yeah, you did a voice chat, you missed it. Well, there you go, see? You've got to enjoy yourself somehow. I'm sure people like to talk to you. And you like to talk to them. Have those conversations. Those all-important discussions about geekdom and stuff. There's so normally so mouse bait normally pops in, but obviously she's out doing stuff in real life. You're a hobby voyeur. You're such a hobby voyeur. Yes. Oh, damn it. Just giving this a token paint over as such, because obviously dude is going to be standing on it. But get the colours down. People will go, oh look, there's a Legio Krytos. So Rob's suggestion was Legio Krytos. There was on a store and thrown in by Felix, but yeah, just couldn't do it. Just could not do it. Although technically, I say not really technically, well, a Taurus are an offshoot of the Legio Ozzydax, so they're related to one of mine, but it's not. Yeah, so that's fine. Hobby gods won't be offended, I'm sure. Yeah, that is the way I've gone with, mostly white. I think of a name for. I did have I think I had a name already set out for it, but that might change. Just accessing my accounts. Titan Legios, Krytos engines. Oh yeah. His name is Typhonius. So right, Typhonius, father of monsters. There's the lower Latin. Low Gothic. Sounds like the BF is done with his PC gaming, so I'm off to the living room for a family time. Got EW Transformers to open. Nice. Well, thank you for dropping by, Lee, and hopefully I'll catch you again another time, dude. And enjoy your Transformers. I'm really glad I came back to the hobby a few years ago. Can't imagine what I would be doing without my hobby hours. There. So, named before I got the kit. There's only been, out of all those Titans I've done, there's only been about 3 or 4 Titans I've made without having a name first thought. So that's how I roll. Although there has been at least one time where I've named them, and then as I'm painting it, I'm going, no, you don't feel like a Dave, you're more like a Colin, and then changed. So that does happen. Totally happens, dude. where the Agrax has gone on, downloading, diluting it, just so you don't lose that light colour, but you still get the Agrax doing its business. Bye-bye. Oh, yes, Lee is a lovely chap. Mellow shade. Another Lee. There's loads of us out there. I did that with my 28mm Warbringer. I spent 9+ months on background and name before I even got hands on it. It's how sometimes you just have to roll that way. Get that wash in there, boy. That's the base wash. Damn it, I keep on humming Nathan Jones, which was a song from the 60s, I think. But yeah, although I think I'm humming the Bananarama 1980s, mid-80s version of the same song. I actually sat one night listening to that song repeatedly as I was painting the other Iconoclast, and just went zoned out, just listening to it on repeat. Sometimes you just have to do those sort of things and embrace the horror. I'll put that in the box to dry. So Scott. So that's how he's looking so far, if it likes to focus. There you go. His big choppy blade and his big grabby, drilly, squeezy. I'm testing the quality of these melons. Mangoes. Oranges even. Oh, yeah. Mostly white. The most white, that was all I was going to do. A bit I missed. I know. I actually missed a bit. Terrible, terrible person. Mm-hmm. Ah. Bloody things. Right. So much more to do. So much more detailing. That's the thing with these kits. They are so vast. Mahoosive, in fact. You keep on seeing bits and pieces that you might have missed over and having to return to them on a semi-regular basis. But it does come together eventually, and that's what you're aiming for. Let's get some. Ooh, right. Get you off out of the way. Get out. Right, so this is Nasdreg yellow over the lead belcher / Agrax washed areas. Right, it just gives it a really nice sort of difference when you put that on. And I like these bits to stand out a little bit so they're not so all silver. Loosed. I'll get the old brush soap out, give this a clean. Or just get the snippers and just cut that bloody thing off. So that going, Mo. Surgery performed. That stands out, scratch nicely. Let's get clean that up. And this is snakebite leather. Over the Lead Belcher Agrax mix on these little bits. Ooh. Just plonks it down, it rolls over, takes out the contrast paint, and that would have been interesting if a little messy. But just doing these little details in different colours to make them stand out from the whole actually adds more to the overall look. Doing that. That's right, so they're still movable. The main thing, it's getting worried there. Don't think there's anything on there. No. Right. That's drying out okay. So it's not too bad. Oh, what's Nightmares made of? Right, contrast paints. Right. It's coming together. It definitely is. Gosh. I know I've got to figure out how to fix that onto there. Because sometimes I've done in the past with some of the other Warmasters is with these, these foot plates, I've actually left them off on the occasional one if it's standing on something, just so it can get lower towards the actual, pardon me, the actual part you're sticking it to. Sepia. I normally use sepia on weapons and these parts on void shields, just because it gives them a bit more like being cooked through warp energies. And with the metals, it does give it a nice sort of like aged look as well. So like if I had like Archaeotech pistols, for example, I would definitely give them a bit of sepia, just to sort of take them down a little bit and give that sort of galvanized, you know, worn metal look. Get that in place. Yes. Dropping the Warmaster onto the contrast and spinning it, knowing that would splash all over the Warmaster. Yeah, but I'm a monster. And this is the father of monsters, so it doesn't matter. Chocolate, good. I think these are meant to be like little sort of melters. And this is a very new brush, hence why there's a lot of moisture coming out of it. And get that down there. Ugh. Yes. New brush. I don't have that many spills, to be fair. I'm quite aware of my placement of stuff, but yeah, I know what you mean. Just like to live life on the edge. So that's where it gives you the entertainment, heart-pounding excitement of will he knock over his Agrax? Why would you do that? Why? This is good. The Agrax flows. Boop, boop. Still waiting, but you did move the pot. I was in blissful ignorance of the pot's location. I could sense it and just homed in on it. And so I was more concerned about the fact that my brush was retaining water. Yeah, so that's let's say like new brushes. You know, you use them, you wash them, and then you go to use them again, and they sort of water just like hides in here. Well, that's what I find anyway. And then obviously it makes things a little bit more awkward when you're trying to paint because all this water appears from nowhere, and you're going, "What the hell are you doing? You're ruining the effect." Oh, so much more to do. Down and round we go. Doing those little vents. Grass. Our plan to do the red, I think, has paid off quite well. It's almost like you've got a lining pen. Iron nib. Bit of wash. Does the job. All good. Right. Right. I think I'm going to call it a night there, people, because I'm feeling really tired. Long old day, working on my own and all that sort of jazz, and having a little bit of a scratch. But yes, well, we've done quite well. We've got that pretty much done there. The Legio Artaris Dead Wall Lord looks pretty cool. And obviously redoing the colours, going over the whites, filling in some details. There's still a lot to do in this. I'm not rushing. There's no need for me to rush anymore. Where, oh pardon me, sorry, windy pops. Where I was trying to get to 100 Titans, I've gone past that. Now anything is just take your time, have fun, whatever. So I've still got after this one, I think about 9. I've got a Preceptor box and 2 boxes of Warhounds still that are not built. So I'll be divvying them up between the Legios I've already got, just to fill out those that are under tightened in certain respects. Yeah, just trying to build up things. So that's the plan for this year, until they release something awesome and new. And yeah, we'll just go from there, really, people. So yeah, that will do for now. And let's plonk him there. We'll do a flyby video. I'll get the video camera off here. So it's not looking too bad, I wouldn't have thought. That's looking pretty cool. The Ataris actually doesn't look too bad at all. And luckily I've got those the decals from the every sheet that they do to actually do the Legio insignias and that. So that's a good thing. So yeah, all hunky dory. Pleased how that's come along, and I'll continue that over the next few days and see how it turns out. Hopefully I'll get this all sorted out in time for Titanicus Tuesday, because I do like to get things done by Tuesday, and then we can put them out. No worries, Felix. Thank you for joining, and thank you to everyone who's joined us today, and just it was a very, very chilled, relaxed, not too much going on in the world really. So, but yes, thank you again for joining me today, and I hope your hobby has gone well this evening, and you've had something to listen to and keep you occupied in your ear holes. Cheers, Livid. Yeah, obviously you'll be at this stage in no time, I'm sure, if focus ever really works on this thing. But yes, so chill out, everyone. Have a lovely time. I'll see you on Wednesday with Artist Empire on the free paint over Wednesday, as per normal. And then back here next Saturday for another hobby hangout. So, good night. God bless. Omnissiah bless. Just be cool and enjoy your time, people. And I'll see you again next week. Laters.